I decided I'm going to begin with Genesis chapter 15, where God made the promise to Abraham. This is what we're talking about, the promise to Abraham. And what it does, it has something to do with the Middle East and the war being placed in Iraq and Afghanistan over there, where God gave Abraham the land, which Isaac became the primary heir of the land over in the Middle East, where the United States have their troops, and sooner or later in the pitted nations out of north. But I'm going to start here concerning this matter so you can understand this, because it has something to do with today's prophecy and has something to do with me, how I came to be made a prophet in these later days. And what this does, it shows you how it was with me when I was born. I can say this for true facts. There is not a man, neither the ever, not ever it was a man born upon the face of earth who can truly say that I was with Jesus both in the spirit and in the flesh. I was with Jesus at the birth of Jesus unto his mother Mary, from his birth, the beginning of his birth, until he was nailed, up till he was crucified and nailed to the cross. No other man, no other place, and nowhere upon the face of the earth that another man could make this bold statement and be telling the truth. He cannot do it. I am the only man upon the face of this earth, only one that could say that I was born a part of the body of Jesus, both in spirit and both in flesh. That's the reason I decided to start this part right here in Genesis chapter 15. The reason I said this and the reason God did this was because he knew that prophets and the ministers was going to fail him throughout history. He knew all of this. It indicates that God knew the whole world, that he was the author of everything, and he knew all of these things was going to happen. So he set in place for a witness in these later days. 3 signets caused by 3 mixtures and 3 sacrifices, all in the format of 3 years. I was a part of that signet of God. John the Baptist was a part of that signet of God. And Jesus was a part of the signet of God. I live by the spirit of Moses. John the Baptist lived by the spirit of Elijah. The spirit, that man, Elijah, is back here again. So am I, living by the spirit of Moses. When you see us, when you see the two and you identify the two of us, I am the man who lives by the spirit of Moses. When you see us, Jesus is in the midst of us. Jesus is working miracles, and he's fighting against human as I speak right now. I couldn't say this if I didn't know what I was talking about. This is what I'm trying to reveal to you through Bible prophecy. So the reason I say this here, this become identification that Jesus spoke from the beginning of the scriptures of the Bible until the end. So many people have tried to get you to take and destroy the Bible, and they have tried to replace it with another doctrine. But those doctrine is false. They're false. Jesus Christ was the Son of Man, was the Son of God, and both the Son of the Man, because he had two spirits. But the primary spirit came from God, but the secondary spirit came from man, which was the spirit of Moses. We became attachments onto the body of Jesus Christ. When you see the Ark of the Covenant and the mercy spoken of and the prophecies of the Bible, just use this as a symbol to let you know that the cherubim, one on one end and the other one on the other end, one would be the symbols was going to change from beast of prey walking up on the earth, as they would be descended up and have be caught up in heaven and be attached onto the mercy seat. And the mercy seat itself was Jesus Christ, because he was the one for God, the Father, to have mercy on the rest of the earth, to give the whole earth through the blood of Jesus Christ. So he became the mercy seat. But it tells you the top that was placed onto the top of the covenant becomes the two prophets, which was given in symbols of cherubim, which was going to be caught up in flight and go up into heaven and be made an attachment on to Jesus. But after they came down to be born, and John the Baptist was born, and he was beheaded, they left many yet attached to Jesus Christ as he went into the womb of his mother Mary. And as Jesus was born of the flesh, by the Spirit of God, I was born with him. But because I didn't have Jesus was not born by the substance of a man, I could not be born, because my spirit needed the substance of a man to be born. Therefore, I remain the spirit in the blood of the Lamb. I walked with him everywhere he go. God made me that part of that special birth. No man could set claim on this. And this is what I can prove through Bible prophecy as I go along. But first, I must do what I'm doing now to get notoriety, because I'm a late runner and I must come from behind. But when the enemy continue to put obstacles in your way and you get denied, then I have to rely on Jesus to show me where to put his gospel and how to get it out and be effective to many people as possible. And this is why I resort to YouTube. Thank you. Genesis 15:9-10 is what I'm going to start from. And he said unto him, I'm gonna begin at verse 7, since I started late here. Genesis 15:7-9-10. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out, you are of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said, Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? That's what Abraham was speaking to Jesus, God. These are three signets, three sacrifices, the three mixtures that's supposed to be carried out in a format of 3 years. And he said, no, let me get this. And he said unto him, take me an heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. And he took unto him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another, but the birds divided he not. And when the fowls came down upon the carcass, Abraham drove them away. Okay, I did this to let you know. This was the due process that we had to go through, continuing on to Jesus, to the birth of Jesus. But this was before Moses was born. This was the beginning before the children of Israel went into slave. And the symbol would change after after the 430 years. This was a signified to give to the men of today that God gave Abraham that land in the Middle East, and not the nation